Hello dear students, good morning. Today we will continue with our chapter number 14 of geography. In last session we saw about the northern mountainous region, and in that northern Himalayan region and eastern Himalaya. Today we will discuss about Great Northern Plain. So this northern plain is located between okay, This northern plain is located between northern mountainous region. This is northern mountainous region and the southern peninsula. This is southern peninsula. So this area, the green area, is known as the northern plain. How these plains are formed? So these plains are formed due to the alluvial sediments which were brought by the Himalayan rivers such as Satluj, Ganga and Brahmaputra, the rivers which flow from Himalaya, and Satluj and Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. So all these rivers, when they have flown from the Himalaya, they brought some alluvial sediments, and because of that these plains become very fertile, and that's why these plains are developed very well. At some places, the layers of the sediments are about 50 meters thick, and these plains occupy the very large area of North India. Very large area of North India. That's why these plains are known as Great Plains of Northern India. Understood? So, why they plains are known as the because they occupy the most of the part of North India. That's why these plains are called Northern Plains or North Indian Plains. So now here we discuss about the Northern Indian Plains or Northern Plains. Now, how long it is. So the Northern Plain is about 2400 kilometer long. So their length is 2400 km, and it is considered as the world's or the largest river plains of the world. Its western part is narrow. Western part means, I show you in the map, its western part. Here it is a western parts. Its western parts is narrower than the eastern part. Here you can see the eastern part. Eastern part is broader than the western part. This plain is almost a level land, and none of its part is higher than 180 meters above the sea level. The plain is very narrow near the Delhi. See, the plain is very, I will show you in the map. This plain is very narrow near the Delhi. So here it is Delhi and here it is Delhi. So here this plain is very narrow. The Satluj plain lies to the west of Delhi, while Ganga plain is in the east. I show you again in map. Okay, the Satluj plain. So so these plains are known as Satluj plains, and these plains are known as Gangetic plains. Now, why Gangetic plains? See, these plains are formed because of the alluvial sediments of Satluj river, and these plains in the eastern parts plain formed due to the Gangetic alluvial sediments. That's why we can say this is a Satluj plain, this is Gangetic plain. Main cities like Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Allahabad, some main cities, major cities are also developed near the belt of this river. For example, here Delhi, Kanpur, Varanasi, here, then Allahabad, Kolkata, many cities are developed near this Gangetic or this river's bank. Now, Sindhu river and its tributary. If we are talking about Sindhu river and its tributary, so Sindhu river and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab. Here, see, here in the map you can see Sindhu River and their tributary Jhelum, Chenab and Ravi. And so Bias and Satluj. So these rivers are the tributaries of the Sindhu River and originate from the Himalayas. So from here these rivers are originate, and the region between these two rivers, the Sindhu River and Satluj River, and this region is known as Doab. Now Doab means two, and Do means two, and Ab means water, means the land between two rivers. The land between main two rivers is known as Doab. So this area is known as Doab. I hope you understood. Now we discuss about the land of five rivers, means Punjab. Okay. Thus, the plain which is formed by five rivers is called the Punjab. So, see, this land is known as Punjab. Punjab, Pan means 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Ab means water. So, the land of five rivers, and most of its plain is in Pakistan. See, we have two Pakistans. We have two Punjab. Pak occupied Punjab and Indian occupied Punjab, है ना. तो some part of Punjab is in Pakistan and some part of Punjab is in India. So most of the part of Punjab is in Pakistan. Now on the basis of physiography, if we talk about on the basis of physiography, the plain is divided into four parts: Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar and Khadar. A small and narrow belt of gravel and stones lie parallel to the river of Sindhu up to Tista river in Shivalik foothills. This belt is 8 to 16 meter wide and it is called Babar. So, Shivalik range. So, here I will show you. This area is known as Babar area. The Tera region, which is most humid and marshy, come next. Dense forests and diversified wildlife are seen here. The old alluvial plain is called Bangar. So, this plain we can say this area is a Bangar. Due to the consistent deposition, it developed a terrace shape which is higher level than floodplains. New sediments of flood is called Khadar. So where there is a new sediments every year, every time where there is a collection of new sediments, this area is known as Khadar. Now if we are talking about, now we will see about the peninsular plateau. Now what is peninsula and what is plateau? So peninsula and plateau both are the different term. Peninsula means this part is known as peninsula. This part is known as peninsula, as inverted triangle, and this is known as the plateau. Plateau means highland and peninsula means the area which is covered three sides of water. Understood? It is called peninsula. We will see afterwards. The oldest region of India, the peninsular plateau. This is the oldest region of India, and this region is appear in inverted triangle. As I talk, inverted triangle means उल्टा त्रिकोण, है ना, उल्टा त्रिकोण जिसको बोलते हैं. So inverted triangle. So its average height is about 600 to 900 meters, and its northern part slopes towards northeast, which is evident from the flow of Chambal, Son and Damodar river. I will show you. See, this is a peninsular plateau, and its northern part means this is its northern part. So in northern parts, the northeast is evident of the flow of the Chambal, Son and river. So these rivers are they flow like here and meet in Yamuna river or in Ganga river. The southern part slopes towards southeast, means this area, southeast. So the southern part is slopes toward the southeast part, and it hence it is called southern plateau. And as it is surrounded by sea three sides, this area is surrounded by sea three sides, this it is called a peninsular plateau. Now you understood the term peninsula. So what is peninsula? The area which is surrounded by sea on its three sides, it is called peninsular plateau. Now peninsular plateau is divided in two parts. First in Malwa plateau and second one is Deccan plateau. So okay, so this part is known as Malwa plateau and this part is known as Deccan plateau. So this is Malwa plateau and this is Deccan plateau. So Aravalli range situated na, see here in the map I will show you. See here Aravalli range hai na, here it is Aravalli range. So Aravalli range is situated to the northwest part of Malwa plateau and Aravalli is one of the oldest range in the world. So northwest of the plateau. So this is the part and north and this is the west part. So this Aravalli range is situated on the northwest part of the plateau and this is the oldest range in the world. It is a fold mountain and Mount Abu. Mount Abu is a famous hill station situated in this range which is in Rajasthan, Mount Abu, and it's very beautiful and pleasant. So the highest peak in the Mount Abu is the Guru Shikhar and its height is about 1722 meter high. The question can be asked, which is the highest peak in the Mount Abu or which is the highest peak of the Mount Abu? Understood? So you have to write Guru Shikhar. So to the south of, so this we talk about the this is we talk about the Aravalli range. Now we discuss about the Vindhyachal range. Okay. To the south of this region, the rivers Chambal and Betwa emerging from the Vindhyachal. So I will show you. This is Vindhya range. Understood? And some rivers that here, some rivers like Chambal and Betwa emerging from Vindhya and flow northwards. Here you can see northwards and meet Yamuna and Ganga river. So Chambal river met in Yamuna river and some rivers means Son river flows northward and meet in Ganga river. The northeastern part is central upload is known as Bundelkhand. So this part we see the northeastern part of this central of northeastern. So northeastern part, this this part is known as Bundelkhand. Beside this, rivers like Luni and Banas also originate in Aravalli range in the northeast. These rivers vanish in the run of Kutch. Vanish means, so some rivers which are originated from here from Aravalli and this river vanish into the run of Kutch, and while Sabarmati and Mahi rivers meet the Gulf of Khambhat. Some rivers, Mahi and Sabarmati river, they meet in Gulf of Khambhat here, and from the flow of these rivers it can be as certain that the western part of Malwa plateau slopes toward southwest. So from here the Malwa plateau slopes toward the southwest. west, this part. No? Rajmahal is Shillong Plateau are a part of Chota Nagpur Plateau, which also includes Ranchi Plateau. I will show you. See, Chota Nagpur here, and Rajmahal is on the western, in the western Ghats. These kind of hills are there, and Chota Nagpur, which is include Ranchi Plateau. So these are the part of Malwa Plateau. Now we will discuss about the Deccan Plateau. I show you earlier which is Malwa Plateau. So this part is known as a Deccan Plateau. Here you can see Deccan Plateau. The name is there, Deccan Plateau. And Deccan Plateau. So the Deccan Plateau is situated to the south of Satpura, and south of the Satpura. So here it is Satpura. Satpura means Saputara. We say Satpura, Mahadev and Maikal range. Here Mahadev and Maikal range, all these things are here, and to the south of it there is a Deccan Plateau, the which is located to south of Malwa Plateau. This is Malwa Plateau, south of to the Malwa Plateau. The northwestern part of the plateau are composed of lava deposits. So how this plateau is formed? Because of the lava deposit. When there is a volcano eruption is there, and because of that there is a lots of lava there, and because of the lava deposition this part of this plateau is formed. On the western side is border is demarcated by Western Ghats, which runs north-south along the Arabian Sea coast. Okay, I will show you. Okay, see here in with the border. See, this part is known as the Western Ghats. Now the whole part is known as the Western Ghats, and it runs along with the Arabian Sea. This is the Arabian Sea, and it runs along the Arabian Sea coast. It has several local names. It is known as Sahyadri in Maharashtra is known as Sahyadri. In Karnataka it is known as in Maharashtra and Karnataka it is known as Sahyadri, as Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu, in Nilgiri as in Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu, and to the southern portion of the Western Ghats is as Annamalai and Cardamom range along the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu here. So the southern portion of Western Ghats is more lofty. So generally the average height of Deccan Plateau is 900 to 1000 meter, but at a few places it exceeds their height. Means not at all the places its height is 900. At some places its height is between 500 to 600 meter. So at some places its height is exceeds. Few isolated hills having more than 900 meter of height from the eastern boundary of this plateau. This is called Eastern Ghat. So we have two Ghats, Western Ghat and Eastern Ghats. This is Eastern Ghats. Understood? So it has generally sloped towards the southeast, which is evident from the direction of flow of rivers, except river Narmada and Tapi, which flowed westwards. Most of the river Deccan Plateau flow eastwards. So most of the rivers of Deccan Plateau moves this way, western south, eastern south. Only Tapi and Narmada meet here in Gulf of Khambat or in Arabian Sea. They flow towards the southwest. But some of the rest of the rivers of Deccan Plateau flow towards the southeast and meet in Bay of Bengal. So till here we will see about the coastal plains in the next session. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.